Hey guys, it's Marlon or Marlon B. I'm here to make an update. It's been a while. I only have a couple of items to show you that I have finished projects. I actually don't remember if I finished anything else since last time the update. Maybe I have, I don't know. But honestly, I've been so bad at keeping track of what I'm working on and what I've finished, etc. Recently. I've also been so slow at working on the pattern. You guys know that last time I wanted to have to release the pattern for the fingerless gloves or fingerless mitts this month. However, I am just so slow at that for some reason. It's just, I don't know if it's just life, or I don't know if it's the weather since it's been getting hotter here, or whatever, but I've just been so slow that I'm still working on that. I still haven't finished, so who knows? Honestly, who knows when that will be done. Obviously, it's going to probably be next month, since I did not release a pattern this month. Next month, I hope to make up for it and do two, but that's still a question mark at this point. But let me just show you guys the two finished projects I have. One is the 10 stitch blanket. I think that's the name of it. It's a knit pattern. I don't know which one is the front or the back. One side of the same looks like this, and the other side is the same, but this side has like a little ridge, as you can see all around, that comes from when you join the rows to the last one. So it is, I guess it's a baby size or big enough to be a lap gown, you know, for your lap or whatever. And finally got done with it. I decided this size was big enough. Ideally, I was thinking of adding a border to it in white, but actually I think it looks good as is. So I probably will not be doing that. I weaved in all my ends. For this one I used, what was it I used? Loops and Threads Charisma yarn, and I don't know what size of needle, I forgot. But I used a 6 skeins, almost a complete 6 of the Charisma yarn, and I forgot the colorway. But this is how it looks like. It's a very easy pattern. Actually, I found it pretty fun to do. I loved working the corners. I am thinking of maybe making more. Is there a knit version for this as opposed to garter stitch? Because if there is, I'm thinking that it would go by so much faster and won't be as bulky either. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Also, I think there may be a crochet version for it, which and also like a round version, so it goes in a circle as opposed to the square or rectangle shape. So I'm looking forward to looking this up. I recently found a place near me where they take donations for blankets and just in general, I think hats. In general, they take a lot of things and they distribute to other places that need them around the area. So that definitely gives me a reason or a purpose to making stuff that usually, I guess, if not for that, I wouldn't really have a purpose to make, since my son's already pretty, I'm not gonna say old, but he's already 2, so he doesn't need that many baby blankets because he already has plenty that I've made and that we bought. So again, that definitely gives me a purpose. I'm going to be probably working on a lot more donation stuff, and it definitely gives me a chance to use up my stash. So that's always a plus. Now the next thing I finished is my cardigan. This is that boyfriend cardigan. I know I showed it to you guys last time, I believe. This is what it looks like. It is complete. I followed it pretty much to pattern. The only thing that was an issue for me, and I just left that tail right here to mark which is the I guess the right side as opposed to the wrong side. So the only issue I had with this was the count for the sleeve cap. So you work the sleeves separately in one piece, and then you are supposed to put them on, set them into the sweater, and then sew together like that along the edge here. So I had an issue with the cap that it didn't, it wasn't the correct, for me anyway, it wasn't the correct number of stitches. It was way too big for the space I had right here. So I had to rip all the way, the cap in general, I had to rip it out and kind of do my own math and hope that it works out. I had to look up how sleeves work as far as like setting them in, or type of sleeves, and how you do that, how you're supposed to, I guess, calculate, you know, how many stitches you need, or how much, I guess, in general, I had to do my own math. I had to learn some about how to do sleeves for sweaters like this, as opposed to the ones that like you start from the neck and then just, you know, do like one piece, you know, you guys know what I mean. So I had to do some of that, which was actually kind of awesome because I never really looked into that before, and it actually worked out. I think it worked out all right. Probably not like the best ever, but for being my first sweater where I had to figure that out, it was all right. I like this sweater a lot. I really like the fit on the body. One of the things, I would say the only thing I don't really like much, but I love that it is because I think it's the style of the sweater. So I just kind of love that it is. It doesn't really change the fact that I will be wearing this when it gets colder, because it's pretty hot now. But I definitely will be wearing this when it gets colder. Was the sleeves, the shape of the sleeves. Let me show you guys. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I'll show it to you guys when I'm wearing it. But the stitch count increases quite a lot and really quickly right here. So it kind of gives like a balloon effect, or I feel it does. It gives a balloon effect to the arm, which again, I believe that may be the style of the sweater. So I didn't really want to mess with that too much because that's the style of the sweater. That I'm not a fan of that, but otherwise, like I said, I don't really think that's going to change my, you know, to change my wants to wear it whenever I can when it's it's colder. I also did the edging for it, which I did not do last time. I did make this sweater once before, which was in the wrong colors for me as far as wearing it, and it was too big. So anyway, the size I made, I forgot what size it is, but I made it one size smaller than I thought, or that supposedly via the measurements, I made it one size smaller than my size, and I think it fits pretty well. Via the pattern, it's supposed to be a baggy, more of a loose fitting shirt, a sweater, loose fitting sweater. But I think I pretty much like it as is. So again, I'll try it on. You guys will see in a little bit. But I was saying I did do the edging, which I like a lot. It's a backward single crochet stitch, or I think it's also known as a crab stitch, which gives it like a little, I don't know if you can tell, but it gives it like a little bumpy texture, like a twisted bumpy texture. I think it's pretty cool. I never really did that stitch before. I always thought it was too fuzzy. It's not. So, and also I did it all the way around the edge of like the front and the collar. Now this sweater is not meant to be closed, so let me go try it on for you guys and you can see it. See, like this. I don't know if you guys can hear me from there, but this is what I mean, like that kind of balloons out a little bit. Not my favorite, but overall I like it. Really comfortable. I like the look. I like the fit. So being my first crochet sweater, like a full sweater that I made, I'm actually very happy with it. I'm really glad I gave the pattern another try. What else? For this one, I used a Pound of Love. I was gonna say it's Caron yarn, but I think it's Lion Brand yarn, a Pound of Love, in the color Denim, I believe. And let's see, also via the pattern. The pattern is actually the way they made it. It's a white sweater, and then it has like a rainbow colors on the sleeves right here. So I think he has like 4 or 5 different colors, and then it's all white, of course. The same thing with the, like at the bottom of the sweater, it's an edging, it has the colors, and then it's all white. I did try that the first time, like I mentioned, the first time I made it, but this time I just decided to do it one color. I think it's more wearable for me, like talking realistically, the type of clothing I wear in my daily life. I think I'm more likely to wear a single color as opposed to more colorful clothing, even though I really like to see colorful clothing on others or in general, you know. So I'm very happy with that. I didn't come up with anything else to show you guys. Like I said, I've just been working on the fingerless mitts really slowly. There's a lot of whips I have, which I have not touched in quite a while. I actually don't know where they all are. I have to go look them up and hopefully work on them. I think for right now, as far as knitting stuff or yarn stuff, I think that's it, guys. Right now, actually, and this kind of jumps into life stuff. So just to let you know, guys, to tell you guys know, it's going to be a little on the life stuff now. Maybe we'll go into that. I am looking at or browsing through bear patterns, like bear amigurumi patterns. I would say preferably crochet is supposed to knit, because the bear is one of my son's favorites right now. For his first birthday, he got this huge like plush bear, like really big, a big size, from my cousin. And since that's been one of his favorites, that's one of the first animals he started to point out, to recognize. I usually always try to get bear or books about bears or with bears from the library because he loves to point them out. So right now I'm working on or looking for bear patterns so I can make him. I want to make him 2 of the same, so he can keep one at home, of a smaller size, easy to carry for him. One so he can keep at home, and the other one so he can take with him. We are actually, again, the life stuff is coming. We're actually very close to deciding on what daycare he will be going to. If you guys don't know a little bit of, I guess, the background to that, again, he just turned 2 last month. We don't have any family, any friends, really, that have kids. We don't know anyone that has kids, at least his age. Again, he just turned 2. So he doesn't get much exposure to kids in general. He's pretty much at home all day with me, even when we go outside and stuff, or if we go to some events, like the library events, or to some play center or play area where he does see other kids. It's obviously like not enough time to really get to know them. He doesn't have any friends. Right now, I think, I don't know if it's because of that or if that's just like the typical thing for kids his age. If he sees other kids, he doesn't really show interest in playing with them. He will definitely watch them from a distance. He's a lot more interested in adults. He likes to look at adults. He likes to see what they do, but kids not so much yet. So we have decided, I guess, that having him in a daycare where they have kids around his age, which the one we are looking at definitely does, I think will definitely benefit him as far as like socially, you know, how to deal with other kids. It hopefully will also help him out with a lot of other stuff that he seems to be lagging behind on a little bit. He's not talking much at all yet, so hopefully he'll pick some of that up from other kids as well. He definitely knows a lot. Like if you talk to him, he'll understand. If you ask him to do something, he'll definitely understand. He'll point stuff out. He'll pick stuff out for you that you ask, but he just doesn't say the word of it. Or if he wants to hear the word, he'll point at something and, you know, have you say it and that kind of thing. So we are looking to put him in part-time, 3 days a week, and see how that works. Right now we're looking to begin next month, middle of next month sometime. So I think he will do pretty well. I believe we went to visit the place actually earlier today. I've been there twice to talk to the lady who runs the daycare. She's very nice. She seems to be very nice. And today, actually, I went with Rohan and my husband as well. So he also, of course, gets to see where Rohan will be spending his time. I think it's going to be a lot harder on me. I'm already dreading and thinking about how it will be when I have to leave him or drop him off. I think it's just more my issue because I'm going to be worrying probably without, or probably, yeah, without a reason. Because like I said, the lady seems very nice. Her helpers seem very nice. So I think I'm having more of an issue with it as opposed to him having an issue. But anyway, because of that, I want to make him one bear that he can take with him there, and then he'll have one at home. That way he'll know he is, it'll help him, I hope it helps him transition a lot, or at least a little bit more than not having it. So that's my life stuff right now as far as my son goes. And because it's going to be the first time we do daycare at all, again, I don't really have experience with other kids. I don't really know how it is. I don't know what to prep. I don't know what else to send, which I'm sure like that lady, when we actually sign up with her, she'll send me all the info of what stuff I need to provide for him. But there's other stuff that I have to look at still. I'm not really sure of as far as what kind of foods I can make for him. He eats a variety. He definitely tries a variety of foods, but there's certain staples that he will eat all the time, and there are not many. So I really want to try to kind of expand that for him. That way I have more options as far as sending different things during the week and him not eating the same things over and over all the time. So you guys, if you have any tips or suggestions on what kind of foods we can make or I can make to send to daycare, I would prefer if they are a lot of finger foods that he can feed himself. Right now, he's not the greatest at feeding himself with a spoon or fork or anything. So, and I don't know how much help he will actually get at daycare. If they will feed him or if they will just let him do his own thing. So just to be on the safe side, I would prefer to send a lot of finger foods. That way I'm sure he can get stuff in his mouth, if you guys know what I mean. So that's my biggest life stuff going on right now. Let me see what else. Second life stuff, I chopped off my hair. I want to say finally, but I think it's a long time coming. Let me see what else. Well, it's already fading, but I got a temporary tattoo. It was 3 hearts, inspired by the Legend of Zelda. You guys know that this year, for my birthday, I'm turning 35. I'm doing the skydiving. I want to start doing some items from my bucket list, and that definitely is one. Getting a tattoo is another. So before I actually, decide to get an actual tattoo, I was like, let me try one out, see how I feel, or if it makes a difference for me. So I chose the hearts. This stayed here for probably I would say at least a week, if not 10 days before I started fading. It was alright. I mean, it was pretty cool, honestly. No one noticed. I had to tell my husband, otherwise I don't know if he would even notice, to be honest. No one noticed. No one complimented. Not that was the only reason I got it, but other than that it was not kind of cool to see it there for the first few days. I don't think it made me feel any different. Although I don't know if that was also a reason for me to get it, that I feel different if I get one. But it was just it's there now kind of thing. Nothing really. I don't know what I was expecting or hoping for, but it wasn't anything that was amazing or life-changing. So I'm rethinking my getting a tattoo is something on my bucket list. I think I would be fine with having temporary ones every now and then. That's pretty much it. Let me see what else about life stuff, guys. I think that's it. I've just been, again, pretty slow with all my yarn stuffs recently. I've been trying to accept and deal with the fact that I'm not gonna be with my son for 3 days a week. I think that's probably what I'm thinking about the most. First of all, what am I gonna do? Because you guys know I stay with him all day, so he is my day pretty much. So what am I gonna do? And I'm gonna be working all the time. The place is pretty close to us. Well, I wish it was closer, but it's about 15 minutes from us. So it's not like it's, so far away that I can't go there whenever I'm needed or anything, of course. And at least at the moment, I don't plan to get a job or anything like that where it will be an issue where I can't go. So since I'm not going to be like legit working somewhere right now, I think when he actually starts going and everything, hopefully everything seems to be good. He's doing good there. There's no issues. I think I'm really going to make myself, give myself something to do and open my Etsy shop back up then. Again, mid of next month sometime. I'll definitely push myself, push myself to do that. I'm still very slowly working on or trying out on making some stitch markers. If any of you guys make some or have any tips as far as like jewelry making that can apply to stitch markers, that would be awesome if you could share with me. What else? I think that's all I can think of, guys. It's going to be a short one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to do updates more often, like I don't know why I don't do them more often. It's just that I guess having the time off, and then I think the editing also takes a while sometimes, so and the uploading and stuff. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. And I didn't say Happy Mother's Day, belated Mother's Day to you guys. I didn't update around that time, unfortunately, but I definitely thought about you guys, everyone out there who got to celebrate Mother's Day, or even if you don't celebrate and you're a mom. I hope you guys had an awesome one. My day was pretty good. We spent it with my sister, my aunt, my cousin, and just with some family. It was pretty great. And today is actually Saturday. I think it's tomorrow or Monday. It's Labor Day. At least I think it's Labor Day, right? Memorial Day. That's so sad that I don't even know what holiday it is, but it's some type of holiday on Monday. So at least I think it's on Monday. So if you guys celebrate that, or if you guys have like some plans for that, I hope they're going great. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.